Okay, everybody, can we start the video? Okay, so let's start the video and let's start the lesson. Okay, now just to let you know that if you have completed your exam, you actually don't have to come. You need to study for the other subjects, right? So if you have completed your exams for your math, I think it's okay not to attend today's lesson. Okay, but if you want to attend today's lesson, you can, all right, you can still come. Okay, but otherwise you can take the time to study for the other exams, okay, other subjects. Okay, come, Yvette, let's start our video. Philip, Timson. Okay, you can see today not many people because I think most of you have completed your math exam already. Okay, so Tyson, actually you finished your exam already, right? Yvette, your K also, right? Yeah. Okay, so do you still have exam tomorrow? Have, right? Yeah, then you should be studying for your other subjects, huh? Okay. Okay, but if you can still come online, all right? Come online to just because in the end you are still preparing for your PSLE. Okay, your PSLE is the most important. Okay, so let's start. Okay, you okay, Tyson? Everybody, let's start our video. Okay, now I'm actually having a very bad stomach ache. Okay, a bad diarrhea. So halfway, if I need to go toilet, then what happened is we will just pause for about 5-10 minutes. Okay, yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen. Yeah, because I have a very bad stomach ache. So in case I need to go toilet, then we have a short break. Okay, a short break in between. Okay, Jordan, you okay? Philip, let's start. And okay, so let's look at question 1, and we begin now. Okay, so question 1. Now, okay, for Jordan, you haven't done yet, so I want you to revise, okay? Revise and just go through the concept, go through the methods again. All right, so round the number to the nearest 100. So you have 2, 6, 3, 5, 4, 7. So how do you round off the nearest hundreds? Hundreds got 2 zeros, right? 2 zeros. So you draw a line to show the last 2 digits. And then you look at the digit nearest the line. Is it 5 or bigger? It's not. So you don't have to add 1. Okay, no need to add 1 on the next digit. So you have 2, 6, 3, 5 hundreds. Okay, that's your nearest hundreds. All right, so your answer will be 2, 6, 3, 5 hundreds, which is number 2. Okay, so by now you must know how to round off the nearest tens, hundreds, and thousands. Okay, question number 2. What is the length of the pencil? You need to count the gaps. All right, you count the gaps. And then how many gaps are there? So for example, 0 to 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 gaps. So 5 gaps is how big? 5 gaps is you take 1 minus 0. 5 gaps is 1. Okay, then 1 gap is how many? So 1 gap will be 1 divided by 5. But how to take 1 divided by 5? Okay, you may want to do some division. Okay, 1 divided by 5 is actually 0.2. So 1 divided by 5 is actually 0.2. But how do you get 0.2? You do this. Okay, you take 1 divided by 5. Okay, do your long division. So 0 times 5, 0. There's a remainder 1. Change the whole number into a decimal. Raise out the decimal point. Put the 0 down. And then 2 times 5 is 10. So that's how you get how big is 1 gap. So your 1 gap is actually what? 1 gap is actually 0.2. Okay, let me just write again now because it's not so nice. So 5 gaps is 1. Okay, and then 1 gap is how big? 1 divided by 5. So you can do your long division and you will get 0.2. Okay, that's one way. Okay, that's one way to get your decimal. All right, then you start counting. All right, so this is what is the starting number of the pencil? The pencil is touching 1. Okay, 1. And then the ending is what? 6.2, 6.4, 6.6, and 6.8. So this is the last number, and this is the beginning number. So how long is the pencil? You take 6.8 minus 1.0, and you will get 5.8. So the length of the pencil is 5.8. So answer number 2. Okay, all right. Okay, now is there a faster way to get 0.2? Is there a faster way? Yeah, there is actually a faster way. So 1 gap is what? 1 gap is also 1 divided by 5, right? So what is 1 divided by 5? 1 over 5. So there's a faster way to get your decimal. So you change it into a decimal, into a fraction. 1 divided by 5 is also 1 over 5. Make the denominator into a 10, 5 times 2, and then 1 times 2. And that's how you get your decimal 0.2 also. Okay, so there are a few ways to get your decimal. You can divide or you can change it into a fraction and then make the denominator into a 10. All right, now you can see almost half the screen is black already. See, this is what happens when somebody don't turn on the screen, right? Then half the screen is black. So everybody turn on the screen, otherwise Mr. will kick you out of the room already, then you cannot be in the room already. So one person has a black screen, everybody all become monkeys already, right? All follow. Okay, so Philip, you okay? Okay, on the video. Jared, on the video. Okay, no one is supposed to off the video. You off the video means not say bye-bye to you already. Okay, so let's go to number 3. Okay, number 3. Okay, now, what is the value? So your y equal to 6. So you have 5 times 6 is 30. 30 plus 12 and divide by 6. So put everything into one step, right? Into one big step. And then 30 plus 12 will be 42. All right, don't do mental sum because so you don't make mistake. Put everything on the paper. Then you can see clearly. So 42 over 6 is also 42 divided by 6, which is 7. Okay, that's number 1. Okay, question number 4. Troy took 2 hours, 50 minutes to bake a cake. He started baking at 11:35 a.m. What time did he finish baking? Okay, now timeline. So you have 11:35 a.m. and you just add 2 hours later, right? So 2 hours later will be 12:35, 1:35. So 1:35 p.m. Okay, all right. And then you need to jump another 15 minutes. So 35 plus 15. So 35 plus 15 will be 1:50. Okay, 1:50 p.m. Okay, now there's actually a very fast, okay, Miss don't really show this. Okay, there's an illegal way to do it. But you don't show it in your equation. For example, what is that? Okay, you cannot write like that because if you write like this, okay, if you write like this, then what happens is, of course, you will get penalized. Okay, you cannot do this, so this is wrong. All right, you cannot take time plus duration. But I can do working. Okay, my working is not equation. So there's something faster, okay? Something faster. And I am not sure whether your teacher allowed this, okay? But this is working, not your steps. It's just working. You take 11:35 and then plus what? Plus 2 hours 15, right? 2 hours 15. But you have to be very careful when you do this. Okay, and you will get 50. And then there's 11 plus 2, right? It's actually 13, right? 13. So you look at that, it's actually your 24-hour clock. So you change back to 12-hour clock, right? Change back to 12-hour clock. And then what happened is you will get 1:50 p.m. So when you do working, you will still get something like the same answer. All right, but to play safe, okay, to be careful, I think it's better to draw your timeline. Okay, timeline. Because if you write like this, then you are penalized. You'll get penalized. Okay. Even for this one, okay, even for this working, working is not counted as your marks. It's just working. So Mr. is not sure whether you can do this as your working. All right. If your teacher say okay, then you can do that. All right. Otherwise, you show your timeline. Okay. Understand? Clear so far? All right. You okay, Jared? On the video. Last warning already. Okay. How many letters below have both?
Mr. I already.
You what?
I already.
But your video is off. Mr. see your video is off. Your video is still off. Yeah. But now it's on. Now it's on. But just now was off. Just now. Okay. Still off again. Okay, your video is turned off already. Okay, but I think there's something wrong with your screen now. Okay, maybe there's something wrong. Okay, but Jared, any good reason for switching off your screen for Jared?
Online one.
Online. Okay, all right, fine. All right, then you are excused. Okay, how many letters have both parallel and perpendicular? Okay, letter H, you have, as long as you see a right angle, you always have perpendicular. And there is also parallel. So letter H has both parallel and perpendicular. Letter E also got right angle, right? You can see right angle. There'll be perpendicular lines and there are also parallel lines. Okay, letter T only has perpendicular. So there's no parallel. Letter N, you only got parallel. What are parallel lines? They are lines that are equal distance apart. All right, going in the same direction. Letter F, you have parallel and you also have perpendicular. So every time you see a right angle box or right angle, you always have perpendicular lines. So how many letters have both? So answer is 3. Okay, 3 letters have both. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, question number 6. Okay, number 6, Karen is thinking of a quadrilateral. What is that? It's a 4-sided figure. Okay, 4-side figure. So the clue number 1, it has 2 pairs of parallel sides. Look at A. A has only 1 pair. So A is out. B has 2 pairs. Yep. B has 2 pairs. You can see there are 2 pairs of parallel lines. Not all angles are the same. Your square has all same angles, which is all right angles. So your B also out. Okay, also out. Okay, look at C. C is actually a rhombus, okay? But how do you know the sides are all equal? How do you know that? You can count the squares to see whether all the sides are the same. For example, how long is this line? You count the squares. You go up one square, okay, one square, and then two squares to the right. So there's a pattern, 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2. So do all the other lines also have the same pattern? So from this dot to the other dot, does this line also have the same pattern? 1, 2, and 1. See? 1, 2, 2, 1. Same numbering. And then how about this line? 1 and 2. Same numbering, same pattern. And then this one, 1, 2, and 1. So all the lines have the same numbering. So they are all equal, right? So all the sides are equal. And it also has two pairs, okay? Two pairs of parallel lines. And, all the angles inside the same? No, they are not the same. You have a cube. Okay, it's a bit squeezy. This is a cube. And this is obtuse. So the angles are not all the same. So your rhombus is that quadrilateral that Karen is thinking about. Okay. Oh, not all sides are the same length. Sorry, not all sides are the same length. So rhombus is out because all the sides are equal length. How about parallelogram? You can see the opposite sides are equal, but these two opposite sides are not equal. Yep. And it also got two pairs. Okay, got two pairs. Yep. And not all the angles are the same size. You have obtuse. You also got a cube. And not all the sides are same length. So which is the correct four-sided figure? The answer is letter D. Right, letter D is the correct figure. Okay, understand? So you have to look at all the conditions to see which of the diagram meets the condition. Okay, number 7. All right, any question? Anything not clear? Got to raise your hand. Okay, the square grid shows the plan of a town. So which direction is the library from the mall? Now you need to draw your compass. So you have north, south, west, and east. Yep. And you need to draw your 8-point compass also. So your northeast, southeast, then your southwest, and your northwest. Okay. So you start from the mall. Okay, start from the mall, which is over here. And then you go to the library. So when you go to the library, what direction is that? Which is the northwest. Okay, you're going in the northwest direction. So your answer is number 3. Okay. All right, let's go to next question. Okay, rates. Question 8 is on rates. So how should you write out your steps when you see such a problem? You should write something like this. A machine can print 80 cards in 3 minutes. So you should be writing something like this, right, with the arrow. Okay, how many cards can it print in 1 hour? So the 1 hour, you change it to minutes, 60 minutes. And you can see that you cannot find 1 minute how many cards because 80 divided by 3 cannot divide, right? That's why it's good to try to jump. Use the shortcut, right? See whether it can jump. So 3 times 20. And how do you get 20? You take 60 divided by 3. That's why 3 times 20 equals 60. And then the other side, you also times 20. Okay, shortcut, 80 times 20, how many? 8 times 2, 16. And there are 2 zeros, right? So just put 2 zeros behind. So you have 1,600 cards, which is number 2. Okay, now question 9 is going to be very hard to explain. Okay, very hard to explain because this kind of question you need to imagine. So I may not be able to explain this very clearly. Okay, you need to actually have that something to show. Okay, to fold here and there. Okay, but how do I try to show you this? I mean, how to do this? Okay, now you need to you need to give a lettering to every face of the pyramid. So let's call the bottom the base, B for base. And then the front, maybe the front here, I call it F, front. Then the left, okay, left side, and then the right side, and then behind, okay, the behind. Okay, BH for behind. All right, this is one way you can do it. And then you try to transfer the lettering to your answers, right? See whether which one match. So the base will be the square box. Okay, then you have to imagine already. So where's your left? Your left has to be here. Yeah, your left. And then where is your front? So you have to imagine your front is here. This is your front. And then where is your behind? Your behind has to be here, right behind. And then your right side will have to be here. Okay? Yeah, so that's answer 1 is correct. Okay, it's correct. Okay, how about number 2? Number 2, your base. All right, then your left side, then your front here, and then your back, all right, your behind is here. And then the right side will be here, okay, will be here. Okay, all right, now I want you to look at number 3. Okay, number 3 is a bit hard to visualize, okay, a bit hard to visualize. So if you notice carefully, your base, okay, and then this is your front, okay, front, all right, and then your left, and then your right. And then there's a square, there's a triangle at the right hand side. What happened, right? You can see that it's going to clash, right? It's going to bump into what? Bump on this side. It's going to bump into another face on this side. Yeah, so that this shape is out of place already, right? That is out of place already. Yeah, so it's going to be a bit hard to show you why is it out of place. So what is a good way for you to do later on is to cut out this figure and then try to fold it and see whether it can form a pyramid. All right, so your number 3 is actually the wrong net. Okay, how about number 4? Number 4, your base. Okay, number 4, your base is the square again. And then your front is here. Then your left is left and right. And then behind will be here. Okay, so what is the best way to do this? Is to, number 1, is to put letterings onto your solid figure, right? Onto your 3D, right? Put lettering over here. And then after that, what do? Transfer the letterings to the nets and see whether can they match. If they don't match, then that is the wrong net. All right, okay, let's go to number 10. Okay, number 10. Okay, bar graph shows the visitors from Monday to Thursday. So which 2 days were the same number of visitors at the zoo? So you can see you have the men and the women every day. So you need to count the gaps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 gaps, which is 5. How do you get 5? 5 minus 0 is 5 lah. So 1 gap is 1. Okay, so Monday, how many men? So you have to put 18, right? Put 18 there. And then the women will be how many? There'll be 22, okay? And what is the best way not to make any mistake? Ruler. That's why you need to have a transparent ruler to see very clearly. Okay, Tuesday, how many men is there? 34. All right, and how many, how many women? Women will be, how many is that? Okay, 16, right? Okay, if I make any mistake, let me know. Okay, so check your numbering. Make sure you have the numbers correct. Then Wednesday will be how many men? 20. And then how many women? That will be 22. Okay, and then Thursday will be how many men? That will be 24. And then your how many women? 16, right? Okay, all right. So which 2 days have the same number of people? So you add 40. Monday got 40. Tuesday got 50. And then Wednesday got 42, right? And then your Thursday got 40. So you can see that Thursday, Monday and Thursday have the same number of people. So answer number 1. All right. Okay, so you got to put the numbers.
The answer is number 2, not number 1.
Oh, Monday and Tuesday. Okay, Monday and Thursday. Yeah, this is what happens when we are careless, right? Monday and Thursday. Not Monday and Thursday. So Mr. Ong circle wrongly. So be careful. Sometimes you are so fast, like Mr. Ong so fast. You look at the Tuesday like Thursday also, right? Tuesday like become Thursday. So answer number 2. Okay, question 11. Okay, now fractions means model, especially when you see a remainder. An electronics store sold 5/8.
Mr. Ong, you missed out question 11.
Oh, question 11. Okay, sorry. Let's go back to question 11. Okay, model drawing. Okay, how do I know it's model drawing? Because you can see there are more stems. Andrew had more than Bella. And when Bella gave 18 stems to Andrew had 4 times as many as Bella. How many stems did Bella have at first? So if it's a before and after problem, you have 2 methods. Before method, the table method or the model drawing. So let's draw the model because we are all very used to model. So Andrew, right? Andrew had 24 more than Bella. So Bella has a shorter rectangle. Okay, so this is how you draw the first sentence. And then when Bella gave 18, so cut 18 here and give away to Andrew. All right, and you draw until here, the second sentence already. Then what happened? Andrew had 4 times, so you draw a big arrow and put 4 units. And Bella will have only 1 time, which is the shorter box here, 1 time left. So how many stems did Bella have at first? So your question mark over here. Okay, that's how you draw sentence by sentence. Okay, then after you draw already, what you do? Cut it. All right, above and below the same. Here cuts 18, and then in the middle is your 24. All right, then look at the model, compare. Model is about comparing. So you will have to compare the units. All right, compare the units first. So you can see that there are 3 units here, which is equal to what? Equal to 18 plus 24 and plus 18, right? Okay, so you have to do your working, and then you will get how many? You will get 60, right? So your 1 unit will be equal to 60 divided by 3, which is 20. So how many stems did Bella have at first? Then you look at the question mark, 20 plus 18. So Bella has 38 at first. Okay, that is called model, right? You draw out sentence by sentence. So when you do the paper 2, for those of you, the homework paper 2, when you see a very hard problem, but there are fractions inside, especially on the reference skill, right? Reference skill paper 2, you have to draw out the fraction, right? And then you will find that actually it's not so hard, right? Otherwise, it's going to be very hard to solve. Okay, let's go to question 12. Okay, question 12, see model again. So because they are fractions, so
Mr. Ong, I'm not done copying question 11.
oh, okay, let's go back. Okay, so you can see that this question we also did something very similar, right? Quite similar. Can I use a table method? Yeah, I can. The before and after table, even much faster. Mr. can use a table and it's even much faster. Okay, but we will just draw the model here. Okay, done already for Li Wen. Okay. Okay, done. Okay, the paper, this entire paper, there are quite a few difficult problems. So we will go through them slowly later. Okay, so we may end a bit later than 9. Okay, finish. Anyway, the lesson is recording, so you can watch to record to catch up. Okay, Li Wen, maybe you can watch the video, all right? Watch the video to catch up in the writing. All right, okay, let's go to the next one. Question 12, model drawing. Okay, now, every time you see fractions, you always must do something. You need to ask, what are the fractions talking about? Like this is talking about what? Television sets. Okay, talking about the television set. And this fraction is talking about what? The remainder television sets. So the 2 fractions are not talking about the same thing. So you cannot plus them together. You cannot make the denominators the same. So if you take 5/8 plus 1/3, totally 0 marks already. All right. So what do? Well, every time there's a remainder problem, you have to be very careful. So still model drawing, still draw the model. So the television sets has altogether 8, and you sold 5 boxes in the morning. Where's the remainder? The remainder is over here. All right, see, not very hard, right? And then you go to the second fraction, 1/3 of the remainder. It means the remainder must have 3 boxes. Very nice, just 3 boxes also. And then 1 box or 1/3 sold in the afternoon and the rest in the evening. See? So when you draw the model, you can see that it's actually not, it's very easy. You know? When you get the answer, you will realize that it's very easy to get the answer. So what fraction of the television set, which is altogether how many units? So you have 2, 4, 6, 8 units, right? Were sold in the evening, which is 2 units. So you get your simplest form and you will get 1/4. So 1/4 of the television set was sold in the evening. So can you see that why we need to draw model? Otherwise, you find that you will have to think a bit more and you have more writing to do, right? So model sometimes can give you lesser steps if you know how to draw the model. Okay, question 13, equilateral triangle and the rectangle have the same parameter. So what is equilateral? It means all the sides are the same. So can we find the parameter of the equilateral triangle? So how do you find the parameter? You take 12 times 3. Okay, the parameter of the triangle is 12 times 3, 36. And the rectangle also have the same parameter, right? Okay, what is parameter? Parameter means you add all the sides together. That's called parameter. And the length of the rectangle is twice the breadth. Put numbers, put information onto your pictures. Then it will help you to do the next step, right? So put the 2 unit, put the 1 unit, and so can we find what is the parameter? What is the parameter? How many units is the parameter? You add all the units, 6 units. Okay, parameter means you add all the sides. which is also equal to 36 cm. Then your 1 unit will be 36 divided by 6. So your 1 unit is 6 cm. So can we find the length? What is the length? 2 units, 6 times 2. So the length is 12 cm and the breadth is 6 cm. So the area must be 12 times 6. Okay, 12 times 6. So the area of the rectangle is 72 centimeters square. All right, and that's how you get number 3. Clear? Okay, so if you have a picture, put numbers onto your picture so that it helps you to do the next step easily. Okay, let's go to 14. All right, if you're still writing, don't worry. You can copy later. All right, at the end of the lesson. Okay, now question 14, model again. Why model? Because you see 3 times, twice as much. All these are clues to model drawing. Terry received 3 times. So draw a rectangle as much as Michael. Okay, so Michael has 1 time. And John received twice as much as Michael. So Michael has 1 box already. So John has 2 times of Michael, 2 boxes, right? And then you plus them together, that will be $27.90, right? So how much money did John receive? So your question mark. Yeah. All right, so add all the units together. So you have altogether 6 units. So your 6 unit is $27.90. Then you find 1 unit. Okay, does anyone need me to show you how to divide? How to divide to get decimals? All right, just raise a hand. Otherwise, I assume that everybody knows how to divide. Okay, then $27.90, you divide by 6, do your long division, you will get $4.65, which is 1 unit. Okay, 1 unit. So John has 2 units, right? So 2 units will be $4.65 times 2. And that's how you get $9.30. So John has $9.30. Got it? Okay, that's your model drawing. So do you get the answer correct? All right. Okay, question number 15 looks a bit hard. But what's the method? Okay, let's read the question first to know what kind of method we can use. Claire bought a bottle containing 2.85 liters. She used 40 ml each day from Monday to Friday. On Saturday and Sunday, she used 50 ml, okay, on Saturday and Sunday. If Claire started using on Tuesday, on which day will she use up all the washing detergent? Okay, now this is what kind of method can we use to solve this? You have to find how many weeks did she use, how many weeks did she use to use up all the detergent? So grouping method. So 1 week is like 1 group. Okay, 1 week is like 1 group. Okay, so the method that I want to use is actually called grouping. So 1 week is 1 group. So you start on Tuesday, right? Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday, that is where she started using the bottle. So Tuesday to Friday. So Tuesday to Friday, how many weekdays already? That will be 4 weekdays. So 4 weekdays times 40 ml. Okay, why do you times 40 ml? Because every weekday is 40 ml. So 40 times 4, you will get 160 ml, right? Okay, then you have Saturday and Sunday. And how much ml do you use? That will be 50 times 2, which is 100 ml. Okay, and then that is not 1 week yet. 1 week got 7 days. So then you have Monday. Monday. So Tuesday to Monday is 1 week. So Monday will be how many ml, which is also 40 ml. Okay, so you make 1 group, 1 week. 1 week, how much ml? Okay, so you add all this together, all right? Add all this together. So 1 week will be how many ml? 160 plus 100 plus 40, that will be 300. Okay, 300 ml, which is 1 week. So 1 week she used 300 ml. Okay, you need to change the 2.85 liters to ml. So 2,850 ml. And how do you get? You take 2.85 times 1,000. Okay, then shift the decimal point to the right. Okay, all these you must know that. Okay, all these you must know how to shift. Okay, you times 1,000 to get how many ml. You shift 1, 2, and 3. So this one, make sure you know how to get how many ml. So how many weeks make up so much? All right, so much. You take 2,850 ml and then go and divide by 1 week, which is 300 ml. Okay. All right, then you do some division. you will get 9. Okay, 9 weeks. Okay, 9 weeks already, right? And then there's a remainder. What's the remainder? The remainder is 150 ml. Okay, all right. Okay, so you use the detergent for 9 weeks, and how many days do you need to use up the remainder? So the 150 ml, we are going to look at this 150 ml. Okay, how about the 9 weeks? Don't care the 9 weeks, because 9 weeks means what? Tuesday to Monday, 1 week, another Tuesday to Monday, another week. So your 9 weeks is 9 times of Tuesday to Monday. So don't care the 9 weeks. Look at the remainder, which is 150. All right, okay, 150. Right, so from here we start counting. So Tuesday to Monday, right? Then Tuesday. So this is the start of another week, Tuesday. So Tuesday will be, how much is that? Tuesday will be 40. Okay, that's your Tuesday, right? Tuesday 40. And then Wednesday. Okay, then Wednesday will be another 40. Okay, Wednesday. And then Thursday. Thursday is another 40. Okay, a bit untidy, yeah. So yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So 40, 40, 40 is 120 already. And then there is how much left? So 30. So there's a 30 ml left, right? So what day will use up all these 30 ml? That will be Friday. Okay, it's Friday. So on Friday, what will happen? The whole bottle will be used by Friday. So your answer is what? Number 4. Okay, number 4. You understand? So when you want to find how many weeks, don't care the how many weeks here. Go straight to the remainder and start counting from the remainder. So the remainder start on what? The remainder start on Tuesday, right? Tuesday, which is 40. All right, 40. And then another 40 will be the next day, which is Wednesday. Then another 40, which is the next day, which is a Thursday. And then there is a 30 left. That must be a Friday lah. Okay, so you must have used up the bottle on Friday. Are you clear? Anson, are you clear, Anson? Then the rest of you understand, Garrett? Okay, if you don't understand now, after the lesson, you stay behind. Then Mr. will go through. Okay, we are done with the booklet A. So let's go to booklet B. Okay, booklet B. Okay, booklet B, question 16. Okay, now this one, there should not be a mistake. Okay, so 8.2 minus 2.33. So there's a blank space, put a 0 there. So borrow and you lend. Okay, 1 cannot minus 3. So borrow again. And the 1 becomes 11. Okay, so now you can subtract already. So 11 minus 3, 8, 7 minus 2 is 5. So answer 5.87. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, next one, how do you get your percentage? Remember, fraction. Fraction is percentage best friend. So express 6 minutes as a fraction. So you write as a fraction. So how to write? 6 minutes will be on top. And the 2 hours, you have to change it to be the same. 2 hours is 120 minutes. So you will have to make sure that on top and below is the same units. Okay, then get your simplest form. 1 over 20, right? Simplest form. How do you get that? You divide by 6 and then divide by 6. And how to get the percentage? Make the denominator 100. You times 5 and then times 5. So that will be 5 over 100, which is how many percent? Which will be 5%. Yep. Okay, so every time you want to get your percentage, you always get your fraction because it's much easier to convert to percentage. Okay, the next one, how do you draw the symmetric figure? Okay, there is a way, mark out the corners. Okay, mark out the dots. Okay, mark out all these dots. Okay, the dots on the line of symmetry, you don't care. All right, this dot don't care because it's on the line of symmetry. Trace to the next dot. Okay, how many squares apart? That'll be 1, 2, 3. 3 squares apart, right? Then on the opposite side, also 1, 2, 3. 3 squares apart. And you join. Okay, and then how about this one? Okay, this dot, how many squares apart? 2 squares apart. Then on the other side, also 2 squares apart, like this. And then you join. Okay, make sure that your lines are straight. Oops, your lines are straight. Any freehand, all right, any freehand drawing, that will minus marks. Okay, make sure your lines are straight. Okay, so that is your symmetric figure. Okay, question 17. All right, 17. A rectangular container measuring 10 by 20 by 37 is 1/4. Now, every time there's fraction in volume, that tells you that your whole container is 4/4. and the 3/4 is empty. So can you find the volume of water in the container? So every time there's fraction in the volume, there is a family. Okay, what is family? If there's a 1/4, there must be a 3/4, and there must be a 4/4. That's why you have a family of fractions every time you see a fraction inside. Okay, so a 4/4 is the volume of the tank. So 10 times 20 times 37. Shortcut, 37 times 2 is 74. And then 74 times 1 is still 74. And there are 2 zeros. Okay, so the whole volume, the container volume is 7,400 cm3. Then you just find what is 1/4. So divide by 4. So divide by 4, you get 1850 cm3. And how much water inside? Oh, 1/4 filled, right? So your answer is 1850. Okay, right, it's very straightforward. Okay, very straightforward. So even for the hard questions, if you see fractions, what do? Same. If there's a 1/4, there's a 3/4 empty, then the 4/4 is the whole tank. Same, even for paper 2 also. Okay, question 20, use percentage to represent the pie chart. So 100%, yep. And the quarter right angle means what? Right angle means 1/4. 1/4 means 25%. So your 25% is 40. So we can start to do a lot of things already. 25% is 40. Can you find how many people all together? That will be 100%. Do I need to find 1%? If you can jump, because it's faster. So 40 times 4 is 160. So all the people, not people, cakes, I not see wrongly, all the cakes. All right, so all the cakes is, how many cakes altogether? 160 cakes. So there are 160 cakes altogether. So you can find the question mark. You take 160 and minus 68, minus 13, minus 40. Okay. Oh, and one more thing, try to do more adding than minus. Don't take 160 minus 68 minus 13 because you may make some careless mistake. So what is a better way? Do more adding. Okay, do more adding because adding is easier. So 68 plus 13 plus 40. So you will get 121. Then you just have to do 1 time minus. Okay, see your minus is just 1 time. So 160 minus 121, 1 time, 39. Okay, because if you do too many subtraction, you may make some mistakes because subtraction is a bit harder than addition. Okay, so that's your answer, 39. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, now the 2-mark question already. Okay, the next question, there are two methods. This is a systematic listing. Okay, how do I know that? Miss Teo gave her students some sweets. If she gave each student 4 sweets, there were 3 sweets left over. If she gave each student 6 sweets, she was short of 1 sweet. Isn't that your what? Your excess and shortage, right? So if there is excess and shortage, you can use systematic listing. What is systematic listing? You have a table. All right, you actually have 2 tables. Okay, but I don't want to do this because it's take a long time. So I'm going to show you the model. Okay, this is one way to get the answer, which is also very easy to get. Just that you have a lot of numbers to write. But is there something faster? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to show you the excess and shortage model. So you draw a rectangle. Okay, this rectangle represents the sweets that Miss Teo have. And if she gives each student 4 sweets, everybody gets 4. So you cut your model like this, right? And we don't know how many students are there. There will be 3 sweets left over. So that's the excess. Okay, excess. And this is also called average model because everybody all get the same. So that's also average model. Okay, if she gives each student 6 sweets, so you draw a same rectangle, which is the number of sweets that Miss Teo have. But this time, everybody gets 6 sweets. And what will happen? She was short of 1. So there's a shortage. Okay, shortage. Okay, and then dotted line because we don't know how many students are there. Okay, so what was the smallest number of sweets that Miss Teo gave her students? So where's the question mark? Your question mark is over here. Okay, question mark. Okay, now what do we do? All right, now this is your excess and shortage model. Where's the excess? The excess is over here. Okay, this is the excess. Where's the shortage? This is the shortage, not enough. Okay, now when you look at this model, a few things to remember. Where is the first person? Here, the same. This is the first and the same person. Where is the last person? The last person and the same last person is at the end of the rectangle, somewhere there. Okay, the last person is somewhere at the end of the rectangle, which also include the shortage. That's where the last person is. Okay, what do you do next? Compare the average. Right, everybody has 4. Now everybody has 6. So everybody must get how many more? Everybody must get 2 more. Okay, everybody must get 2 more, right? Okay, but where the 2 more come from? Where do you take the 2 more to give to everybody? You take a pencil and draw a dotted line to show where is the last person. Use another dotted line to show where is the same last person. See? So you have dotted lines to show where is the last person. In between the dotted line, how many is that? 3 plus 1, which is 4. So you're going to take 4 sweets and give to everybody 2 more. So how many students do you give away to? 4 sweets, give to everybody 2 more. You must have given away to 2 students, right? 2 students. So if there are 2 students, then how many sweets are there? Then you take 2 times 4, right? 2 times 4 equal 8, and then plus the excess. So 8 plus 3, so Mrs. or Miss Teo must have 11 sweets, right? 11 sweets, right? But how do you know whether your answer is correct? You can check. How do you check? If there are 2 students, you take 2 times 6, right? 2 times 6 is 12, but you have shortage of 1. So 12 minus 1, you will still get 11. Okay, understand? This is called your excess and shortage model, which is faster than doing the listing. Okay, but if you don't know how to draw this table, this model, then you do listing. Okay, which is very easy to use. Okay, question 22. Okay, question 22, average. So Hayden scored an average of 72 marks for 4 subjects. So immediately you can find total. You take 72 times 4, and you will get the total, which is how many? 288. And then you can solve already. So what's the question mark? So do more plus than minus, right? Remember, don't go and take 288 minus 72 minus 65 minus 80, right? So do more plus. So you can add all these 3 numbers together. 72 plus 65 plus 80, the total is 217. Then you take 288 minus 217, and you will get question mark, which is 71. Okay, 71 marks for mother tongue. Okay, any question? All right, clear. The lesson is quite straightforward, quite simple. Okay, let's go to question 23. Okay, this is a tricky question. Okay, now let's see whether you got tricked. Now, the Muntu bought 3 types of stationery. The prices are given, and the bar graph shows the total cost. Okay, you need to put numbers onto your bar graph. So if you put 10, be careful. What is this bar graph talking about? It's talking about how much. So the pencil costs $10. Right, how much is the pen? The pen costs $8. We can see that Miss Ong skipped the gaps already, because I'm sure by now you know how to count the gaps. So we will skip the gaps, all right, and go and put the answers immediately, put the numbers immediately. So the files is how much? That will be $36. Okay, make sure you have put all the numbers correctly. Okay, what is the total stationery item bought by Muthu? So I hope you didn't take 36 plus 8 plus 10. That is the how much. So you need to do what? You need to take the files, which is how much, which is $36, divide by how much is 1 file, and you will get 9 files. $36 divided by 1 file is $4. You get 9 files. Pens is $8. You divide by $2 to get how many pens? You will get 4. Right? 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then $10 divided by how much is 1 pencil. Now, $10 divided by 50 cents, a bit hard to divide. Change the $10 to cents, and then change the $0.50 to cents. So everything becomes whole number, right? And then you just cancel 1 0, cancel 1 0. 100 divided by 5 become 20 pencils. So you must have bought 20 pencils. So what is the total stationery item? You add all the numbers together, and you will get 33 items altogether, right? 20 plus 4 plus 9. So did anyone get tricked? I'm sure some of you got tricked, right? You can take 36 plus 8 plus 10 and answer already. But that's how much? That's the total money. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, next one already. Okay, now the figure is made of a semicircle, equilateral triangle. Equilateral means all sides are equal. So 14 here, and here also 14. So can you find the parameter? Yeah, parameter means add all the sides. So you add 14 plus 14. Okay, and then how do you find the circumference of the semicircle? Half. Always put the fraction in front because it's a semicircle times pi d. All right, the formula. All right, don't forget the formula. So half times 22/7. And what's the diameter of the semicircle? Diameter is the line that cuts a circle into half. So that's 14, right? And then divide by 2 is 1, 22 divided by 2 is 11, 7 divided by 7 is 1, 14 divided by 7 is 2. So once the denominators are all 1, you can multiply already. So 1 times 11 times 2, 22. 1 times 1 times 1, that's 1. So the circumference of the semicircle is 22 cm. Okay, then how do you find perimeter? Perimeter means you add all the sides. 22 plus 14 plus 14. Okay, do not add the lines inside. Okay, the lines inside are not part of the perimeter. So 22 plus 14 plus 14, answer 50. So the perimeter of the figure is 50 cm. Clear? Easy? Okay. Okay, now question 25 is the one that I think most of you can't do, right? Because it's a speed problem, but this speed problem is very weird because there's no time, there's no speed, only distance. Okay, so let's draw our speed model line. Okay, we can still draw the model. In the 100-meter race, when Patrick reached the finishing point, okay, so this is the race, the start of the race to the end of the race. Everybody all start at the same side. And somebody reached the end. So Patrick reached the end, okay, all the way to the end. So when Patrick reached the finishing point, he was 20 meters ahead of Raj. So Raj is behind, which is 20 meters away. Okay, and then how about, and Patrick was also 40 meters ahead of Salim. So Salim is the slowest. Okay, he's the slowest, 40 meters ahead of Salim. So how far has Salim run when Raj reached the finishing point? Okay, wow, hard. It's gonna be hard. Okay, there's no speed, there's no time, you only got distance. But remember, Ms. Long taught you something about using ratio, using ratio to solve it. So when do you use the ratio? You use the ratio when you're comparing two vehicles or 2 persons. There are 3 persons here, so you cannot use ratio. So in this question, you are comparing Salim with Raj. Then we make ratio of these 2 persons. And how do we do that? You look at Raj. Raj has completed how many meters already? 80 meters. Okay, Raj has completed 80 meters already. Salim has completed 60 meters already. And let's revise our ratio. So you have Raj is to Salim. Okay, and remember how you write your ratio. This is distance ratio. So let's put down distance. Okay, distance ratio. So 80 to 60. Okay, let's put down 80 is to 60. But your ratio must always be simplest form. Okay, always get the simplest form, which is 4 is to 3. So that's your distance ratio. Okay, distance ratio. Okay, this is important, very important to do harder problems. Okay, but not everything also ratio. Sometimes you don't need to use ratio. So what does that tell you? It means that Rahim traveled 4 units of distance. All right, if Rahim traveled 4 units, then Salim will travel how many units? 3 units. Okay, so if Rahim traveled 4 units, then Salim will travel 3 units. Okay, then how do you write the speed ratio? Speed ratio and distance ratio, same. All right, so what's the speed of Rahim? 4 units. And then this Salim was slower, right? So his speed is 3 units. Then how do you write the time ratio? Time ratio is opposite, upside down. So Rahim will take 3 units of time to travel. And then Salim will take longer time, which is 4 units of time. Okay, understand? Yeah, very important very important ratio method here. Okay, but over here, which ratio do we use to solve? Which ratio? There's no time in this model. There's no speed in this model. There's only a distance ratio, right? So what do you do? Now, how far has Salim run when Raj has completed or reached the finishing point? It means that Raj must have traveled 100 meters to reach the finishing point. So what do? You look at this, okay? Raj traveled 4 units, right? So Raj has reached the finishing point already. So 4 units will be 100 meters. Okay, because Raj has completed already. And 1 unit will be 25 meters. Then how about Salim? Salim didn't complete yet. He has only completed 3 units. If you look at the distance ratio, he has only completed 3 units. So which means that how far has Salim run when Raj has completed? So Salim must have run 75 meters. Do you understand? Okay, so when Raj has completed already, which is 4 units, Salim only completed 3 units. That's why you get 75 meters. Okay, no matter whether it's 1,000 meters, 1 million meters, or 100,000 meters, it will always be 4 units for Rahim and 3 units for Salim. Do you understand? Okay, it means that Rahim will always travel 4 units, no matter how long is the race. Okay, Salim will travel 3 units, no matter how long is the race. Okay, all right, clear? So we can use ratio to solve this. Okay, if you have any question about this, anything about this question now, you can stay behind later to ask. Okay, otherwise let's move on already. Okay, question 26. Okay, now draw an isosceles triangle SYZ. So which dots?
I haven't catch 25 answer. 25 answer.
Haven't catch means haven't understood or haven't copied down.
I haven't copied down. Like
okay. Okay, hurry. Okay, so ratio method. Okay, ratio method. As so the rest of you understand? The rest of you? Okay, this is a hard question, right? It can be a very hard question.
I'm done.
Okay, let's go to 26. Okay, now question 26. How do you draw isosceles? Now, if you first of all don't know how to draw, you do a rough sketch, right? So what is isosceles? It means that it must be what? It must be 2 sides equal, something like that, or it can be on top also, on top, depending on, okay, where is the dot? Okay, now where's the answer then? Okay, let's quickly choose the right dot. Okay, this is the right dot. And how do you know it's the right dot? Okay, now, what is isosceles? 2 sides that are equal, means the 2 lines must be equal. How do you know whether the 2 lines are equal? Very easy. Count the squares again. From the blue dot to the other blue dots, how to count? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 4 squares. And then go out 1 square. 4, 1. Okay, 4, 1. Yep. So that's a pattern. All right. Now from this dot to the other blue dot, is it the same? So you have 1. Okay, 1. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Same. 1, 4. 4, 1. Same. So because they are the same pattern, then the 2 red lines are equal. And not only are they equal, it's also a right angle. Okay, that's how you draw a right angle. 2 lines, they are right angle to each other. All right, by counting the squares, have the same pattern. All right, if the patterns are not the same, different patterns, then they are not equal. Okay, clear so far? All right, I give you a wrong example, a wrong one. Okay,
you forgot the Z.
Z, oh, where's the Z? Got Z? SYZ, oh, there's a Z. Okay, please put the Z, otherwise minus marks. Okay, let me give you a wrong one. I think some of you choose this one, right? You choose this one because it looks like isosceles. I'm sure some of you choose this one. Some of you, but Mr. look at it, well, also like isosceles. But how do you know whether it's not? Same thing, okay, same thing. From this dot, black, let me use a red color. What color should we use? Okay, red color. From this red dot to the other red dot, count the squares. 1, okay, 1, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so yeah, 1, 3. Now from this red dot to the other red dot, what happened? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so different. So different. There's only one number only. Okay, so the pattern is not the same. So these 2 lines are not equal. Okay, they're not equal in length. Okay, so this is wrong. Okay, wrong already. Okay, let's go on to question 27. Quickly, 27, and move on. Okay, grouping again. Now, but how do I know it's
Mr. Ong,
yeah?
I don't quite get what you draw just now on 26.
Okay, let me just go through. Okay, let me erase this part. Okay, let me just erase this part and okay, hang on for a while. Okay, let me just go through this part because this is important. Construction, you will most likely have construction in PSLE. Okay, now I want to give a wrong example. Okay, for example, let's choose what. Okay, shall we choose this one? Okay, this one. Maybe okay. Is this correct? Is this also look like isosceles? Look like isosceles also. But is it correct? You have to prove it. Okay, now how do you prove it? Now, do you think this line and this line equal? They look like equal, but you cannot just assume that. You have to prove. So you draw. Okay, put dots there. Okay, put some black dots there. Can you see the black dots? And move from one black dot to the other black dot. How do you move? Count the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 5. Go down. 1, 2, 3. 5, 3. There's a pattern. 5, 3. Okay, then from here, do the same to the other black dot. Do you have 5, 3 also? 1, 2, there's 2 already. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, different. 5, 3, now 5, 2. Not the same, right? So these two blue colored lines are not equal. So wrong dots. So Li-Wen, do you understand this part? Okay, wrong dot. Okay, then let's go to the right dot. Okay, the right one. So let's erase all these. So where's the right dot? Okay, the right dot is this one. Okay, so you join and you join and then you prove. Okay, you have to prove it. A lot of things in the exam you got to prove. Okay, so from this to that, okay, how to move? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 already. And then go up, there'll be 1. 4, 1, right? 4, 1. Okay, how about this blue dot to the other one? Is it the same pattern? 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Same, right? 4, 1, 4, 1. Same. So because they are the same pattern, so the two red lines are equal. So you will have what? You will have an isosceles triangle because two lines are equal. All right, and not only that, right angle as well. You can also create a right angle, a line that is perpendicular to the other line. Okay, that's how you count the squares. So every time you see square boxes, there is a reason for all these square boxes. Okay, question 27, grouping.
Mr. Ong,
Yep.
why minus marks if I don't put the 90 degree?
No, you will not minus marks, but you will need to show two sides equal, the two markings there. Okay, and the letter Z must show. Okay, question 27. This question, okay, now if you don't know how to do, you should at least draw a diagram, which is a method. 3 women between every 2 men. So that's also a diagram. I'm doing a diagram. Yeah, something like that. Okay, and then we don't know how there are so many people, right? We cannot be drawing so many people. If any one of you draw many lettering, okay, don't do that, okay, because you don't have time to finish this question. So grouping method, because you look at this lettering, you know that you need to find your group. Your group is here. Your group starts with a man, ends with a woman. But why it starts with a man? Because you want the largest possible number of men. So it's better to start with a man, right? Then you got more men, right? So you want to start with a man, then you have many, then you have more men. Okay, then where is the other group? Here. So you have a repeater group. Okay, so one group, there are 4 people. Then if there are 77 people, how many groups? Then you divide, right? 77 divided by 4, you have no calculator, right? So when you divide, you will get a remainder. And if there's a calculator, you don't care the decimal. If you can use calculator, don't care decimal, take out the whole number, find the remainder. 19 times 4, 76. Then 77 minus 76, you get remainder 1, which is your man. So the last person, or the 77th person, right, the 77, what kind of person is that? That's a man. Okay, so how many men are there in the queue? So if one group, there's 1 man, I got 19 groups, so 19 times 1, I got 19 men, plus the last person, who is also a man, I get 20 men. Okay, understand? Right, so grouping method. Or otherwise, you draw a diagram. Okay, draw a diagram, and then from the diagram, you circle what is your one group. Okay, let's go to question 28. Okay, all right, if you need to copy down, you can wait after the lesson, then I'll let you show you. Okay, the next thing, no need to think. Model. Fractions means model. And this is a before and after also. So what do? You draw your model. Cupcakes and cookies. This one should be very simple to all of you. Okay, because your model will start like this, equal number of cupcakes and cookies. After she sold 32 cupcakes and 20 cookies, the cupcakes left was 4/7. Okay, now this one also must know how to read the fraction. This fraction is talking about cupcakes and cookies. So talking about 2 things. So arrow pointing. So the cupcakes left must be 4 units left, and the cookies must be 7 units left. See? And I'm sure you can do already, because model drawing is about what? Comparing the units, which is 3 units, and then also compare the numbers, which is how many more, which is 12 more. So your 3 unit is equal to 12, 1 unit is equal to 4. So how many cookies did she bake at first? 7 unit plus 20, right? So 7 unit will be 7 times 4, 28. Then 28 plus 20, and that's how you get 48 cookies at first. Yep. Okay, model drawing. Okay, question 29 also quite easy. All right, the angles. So, okay, the question has marked out the sides for you already, but sometimes they never show you the marking. So you have to put the marking yourself. So find easy angle. Okay, find this angle. 360 minus 60 and minus 220. Now for paper 1, just do your working. Okay, just do your working. Okay, but for paper 2, you must show your equations. Okay, no equation, no matter marks for paper 2. Right, Miss Ong told you already. But for paper 1, you want to do faster, get the answer faster, show the working. All right, you will still get marks for working. Paper 2, you have to show your equation. So 360 and get the point, minus 60 minus 220. So what is that right angle? So the right angle will be how many? 80, right? 80 degrees. Okay, how do you know which two angles are equal? You look at the two sides that are same length. Look at the angles at the end of the two lines, they are equal. And that's where the two angles are equal also. See? All right, some of you get confused, don't know which two angles are equal. So you just have to trace your finger. All right, from this corner where the two equal lines meet, trace to the end. There's an angle at the end of the line. Then trace your finger to the other end, and there's an angle at the end here. So these two black angles are the same. So 180 minus 80 divided by 2. And that's how you get 50, right? So what is BAC? Your BAC is 50 degrees. Got it? So answer 50 degrees. Okay, last question already. Okay, what time is it? Oh, 9 o'clock already. So one more question and we are done. Okay, the last question. Usually the last question is the not the easy one. Okay, question 30. Okay, now on Monday, Alina had 90 while Rachel has $10 in each of their savings account. On Tuesday, both Alina and Rachel started saving a fixed amount daily. So every day they save the same, right? The same amount. Rachel saved $2 more than Alina each day. After 10 days, what happened? Alina has twice as much as Rachel. How much does Alina save each day? Okay, now, if you don't know how to do, always think about what method you can use. And if you don't know what method to use, then always think about model drawing. Okay, model drawing is still the most common method. So Alina has $90 on Monday. Rachel has $10 also on Monday, right? And both of them save, right, every day. So how much they save? I have a separate model. Okay, a separate model. Why? Because Rachel saved $2 more than Alina every day. So I draw a separate model. Okay, by now you will understand why I draw separate models, because you can put them together, right? Remember the last lesson, right? The very hard questions on Nanyang. The last question very hard, right? So Mr. has different models and we put them together and then can solve already. So Rachel saved $2 more. So this is your $2 more, and that is 1 unit, 1 unit. So that is 1 day. Okay, all right. So if there are 10 days, 10 days, then how much did Rachel save if there are 10 days? Okay, look carefully. Okay, let me just extend Rachel's rectangle a bit, or let me just extend Alina, because Alina got twice as much, right? So after 10 days, how much do you think Alina has saved after 10 days? If 1 day Alina saved 1 unit, then 10 days must be 10 times 1 unit. 10 units. Do you understand this part? Right? If 1 day Alina saved 1 unit, then 10 days Alina must have saved 10 units. So you stretch her rectangle a bit longer. And then Rachel, 1 day Rachel saved 1 unit and $2. Then 10 days will be how much? So you just stretch a bit longer, something like that. Okay, something like that. So how much is that after 10 days? So 10 times 1 unit. Okay, 10 times 1 unit and $2, right? Something like that, right? 1 day, Rachel saved 1 unit and $2. So 10 days will be how much? 10 times 1 unit, 10 unit. 10 times $2, $20. So after 10 days, what happened? Rachel will have saved 10 unit and $20. So let's put inside 10 unit and $20. Okay, are you clear so far? All right, then what happened in the end? Now Alina has twice. Okay, how do you do twice? Don't go and cut it. You cannot cut the boxes into twice, right? So if you cannot cut, then what do? Put a big arrow call it parts. Because you got units already, right? You cannot call units also. So parts and units model. And then ratio has one time, one part. Can solve already? Can solve already? All right. So I'm sure you can solve, right? Some of you, I think you know what to do already. Look at the model. One part equal $10 plus $20 plus 10 unit. Yeah. So one part must be $30 plus 10 unit. Understand? And Alina got twice, two parts. So 30 times 2, 60. 10 unit times 2, 20. All right. Okay, then what do? I change the two parts into what? $60 and 20 units. So you change the two parts. Okay, change these two parts into $60 and 20 units. Okay, which is the same as $90 and 10 units. Same. Okay, all right. So let's write down. So it's $60 and 20 units. Okay, let's write down $60 and 20 unit is the same as what? Same as the inside the box, which is same as $90 plus 10 unit. Do you know how to continue already? Do you know how to continue already from here? Right? So what do? You take 90 minus 60, and that will give you 30. All right? Then 10, take out 10 units. Here also take out 10 units. You have 10 units. Okay, understand how to get 10 unit equal 30? Right, you take 90 minus 60, you get $30. Then 20 unit minus 10 unit become 10 units. So how much is 1 unit? So 1 unit is 3. 1 unit is $3. Okay, so if 1 unit is $3, how much does Alina save each day? Which is 1 unit, $3. So answer $3. Okay, so not easy, but the model is the model. Okay, the model that you can use it to make it a bit simpler. All right, do you understand now? Are you clear? Okay, Timson, Leewen. Yeah, so if you don't know how to do, don't know what method to use, then you think, how about model? Most of the time, right? Not all the time. You can actually draw the model most of the time. But the problem is, if you think can draw model, then do you know how to draw out the problem? So you need to practice, right? Because if you don't always draw model, you find that it's hard to solve already, a little harder to solve. Okay, all right. Okay, so any questions? If there's any questions, you can stay behind and then I will answer the questions. Otherwise, I will see you the next Monday. Okay, all right, so goodbye, have a good night, rest, and see you next Monday. And those who need to stay back, you stay behind. Okay, bye, Leewen. Bye, Ashlyn. And Caleb, no questions, Caleb? Okay, then I'll see you next week. Okay, bye, Ashlyn, you're walking.
I'll see you on Saturday. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Saturday. Okay, goodbye. And okay, Jordan, any question, Jordan?
Yeah. Also later, can we make the correction tape? I need correction tape.
Bring the what?
Can we make the correction tape? I need correction tape.
Okay, okay. All right, how about Garrett? Any question, Garrett?
I don't understand this question.
Okay, don't understand. Okay, then let's go through this question, okay, because this one is I know it's not easy. Okay, so let's erase all this. Okay, it's a good chance for you to the rest of you, if you're staying back, to revise, okay, to see how to do this. Okay, it's about the method. It's not about how to get the answer, it's about your methods. Okay, so let's erase all this thing. Now, on Monday, Alina has 90, Rachel has 10. Okay, so what do? You draw a rectangle. Alina has 90, and then Rachel has $10, right? $10. Okay, now, then what happened? Every day, right? Every day, Rachel save what? $2 more than Alina every day, right? Every day. Okay, now, if you look carefully, Alina must have 1 unit, because if you draw the model for Alina, right? Alina is 1 unit, and Rachel saved $2 more than Alina. Isn't that 1 unit and $2? So for Garrett, do you understand this second model? This is every day how much they save. So do you understand this second model? Okay, all right. So they take 10 days to save money, 10 days. So if they take 10 days to save money, then Alina will have saved how much by then? So Alina will have saved 10 times 1 unit, right? So what will happen to her rectangle? Her rectangle will become a bit longer already, right? So Alina will have saved 10 units of money after 10 days. So this part you understand, right? And then how about Rachel? Rachel will have saved how much after 10 days? Then you take 10 times 1 unit, all right? And then you also have to times $2 also. So what happened to Rachel's money? Rachel's money will become also a bit more already. So how much will she have saved after 10 days? 10 times 1 unit and $2. Okay? All right, so how to continue? 10 times 1 unit is 10 unit, 10 times 2 is $20. So that will be 10 unit and $20 after 10 days. So do you understand this part? Okay, so that is the savings they have after 10 days altogether. All right, then what happened? In the end, Alina has twice. After 10 days, Alina has twice. So what do? You cannot call 2 units because you already have units already. So you call parts, right? 2 parts and 1 part. So this part, do you understand? You have to call parts and units. Okay, then can solve already. Then you look at the model, right? What do you see? Look at Rachel's rectangle. Isn't 1 part the same as $10 plus 10 unit plus $20? So do you understand this part? Okay, this part, do you understand? Can you see the big arrow? 1 part equal to the above rectangle, the rectangle on top. Okay, then you need to continue. $10 plus $30 is, $10 plus $20 is $30. So that will be $30 plus 10 unit. So your 1 part is $30 plus 10 unit. Okay, this part understand? Then Alina got twice. Twice means 2 parts. Twice. So how much did Alina have? Then $30 times 2, you have to times 2, right? And then the 10 unit, you also have to times 2. Right? So this part, do you understand, Garrett? Okay, then look at the model. Alina has 2 parts of money, which is also how much? 2 parts of money, you can change it to what? Change it to $60 and 2 unit. So what is the purpose of parts and units model, which I didn't tell the group just now, so you're lucky.
20 unit, not 2 unit.
60 plus $60 plus 20 unit. Yeah. So what is the purpose of parts and units? Okay, now this part you get to okay. I didn't tell the group. So the purpose of using parts and units is to change everything into all units, right? Into all units. See, if you look at my model, no more parts already. The model all become what? The model all become units. If you look at the model, all units already, right? No need to look at the parts anymore. That is the purpose of parts and units, right? You have parts and units model so that you can what? You can change everything into all either parts or into all units. Okay, then you can solve because can you see the what? Can you see the $60 and 20 units is the same as below? So let's write down 60 plus 20 unit is also the same as Alicia's rectangle below, which is $90 and 10 units. So this part, do you understand? Okay, do you know how to continue from here already? So do you know? Okay, so how to continue from here? You take 90 minus
90 minus 60, then 10 minus
20
minus 10, then 30, 10 unit equals to 30.
Yeah, okay, you're very far. Okay, 20 minus 10 will be 10 unit, which is equal to $30. Then your 1 unit will be $3. So how much did Alina save every day? Every day is where? Every day is here. So how much did she save? 1 unit.
120?
1 unit. Look at the model on the right side. How much did Alina save each day? So you look at this model.
Oh, 1 unit.
1 unit.
30.
So $3. So Alina saved $3 every day. Yep. Yeah. So that's how you draw the model to solve. Clear now? Yeah, so of course, this question is a bit hard, but you go to paper 2, then it becomes much harder already, but method's still the same. Yeah, Jordan, question, Jordan. Caleb, question?
Can you use Rachel's model to solve?
Use Rachel model.
The Rachel's model.
Rachel's model to solve. You're using that already. You actually do what? You actually take, what do? You actually take, look at how much Rachel saved every day. You times 10. You times 10 already, then you put inside here. See?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you have two models. I will show you, right? For very hard questions, you may have a few models separately. Then you put them together, like what I'm doing, right? Merge the model together to see a clearer picture. Okay, understand? So what is merge? Like you take, okay, like you take this model, okay, this model that you saw Mr. Ong draw, right? And then what do? Put inside here. That's how you use the model to solve it. Sometimes when you draw, it's hard, but that's why you have different models, right? Different models. Then later on, you compare, look at the few models that you draw, and then try to what? Try to put them together. A good example is a Nanyang paper. Remember the Nanyang paper? Those in my group, the question 17, all right? So hard. Then we now draw 4 models, right? Or 3 models, right? And the 3 models, what do? And they are very simple to draw. And after you draw already, what do? You put them together. And then everything becomes so easy already. Yeah, that was a very good example on how you draw different models separately. Okay, any question? Okay, Jordan, any question, Jordan? Okay, okay, if there's no question, then we will do next Monday, right? Continue next Monday.
Mr. Ong.
Yep, Garrett?
Tomorrow is my math prelim paper.
Tomorrow is your math prelim paper. Yeah, so so we wish you all the best, okay? It's going to be tough. All right, already a lot of students have said that the school papers are very tough. So Jordan, your paper is going to be very tough. All right, so you just have to do your best. As long as you have practice, right? You practice, you learn from the mistake, you don't make the old mistake, you practice
Mine's
also.
over already.
Yeah, so how was it for Caleb?
It's a little bit hard, but okay lah.
Okay, what I heard is I think all tough lah. Everything is all the pretty papers are tough, but it's expected. Okay, expected. So it's just a matter of what? Matter of knowing your mistake. Don't make the same mistakes. Yeah, that's what Mr. can say. Right? After going through so many paper 1, your paper 1 is supposed to be very much better now. Most of the questions or some of the questions are similar, repeated. So you should be doing quite well for paper 1. All right. Okay, so no questions, then I'll see you on the next Monday, right? Okay, so goodbye everybody. See you next Monday and all the best for your exams. Yep. Okay,
Bye-bye.
okay, bye. Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye. And Jordan, see you later, Jordan. Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hello.
Okay, bye, Garrett. Okay, Jordan, you still there, Jordan?